Daniel Jones and the Colts are officially done. It's over. The
I
dream
just
is
saw the
over.
video of him being very frustrated on the field.
And you know what? You know what's funny, guys?
Yeah, sad.
I
Sad.
I can't even hate properly. Because it's not like he played bad and the Colts just collapsed, and I could like have my fun as like a Giants fan. It's like, that's what you get. You're actually not that good. Like, I can't even do that because he genuinely played really well this year. He has, and I hate to say it, he's the engine that drives that fucking offense.
Mm-hmm.
Without him in the game, fucking pretty stagnant.
But didn't I say that this year was a little like it was going to be like a fluke?
No, but here's the
I
thing.
didn't take it serious.
I'm not gonna lie
because I knew something was going to happen, and this is it.
But an injury isn't the reason why it would be a fluke. The fluke would be that they're like fool's gold.
No,
and
but
they
I
get to
don't.
playoffs and get fucking
No,
spanked
but
immediately. Like, that's a fluke.
But without him, because like you said, he's the engine. Like, how do you see them finishing well now?
No, they have fucking no, they don't. They have Riley Leonard as their quarterback, and their schedule's really
Okay,
hard.
so then,
No.
like I said, it's really nothing big this year. Like, it was great to see them have that burst of like victory and their win, but I just never bought into it.
But
That's what
but
I'm
I
saying.
think it's different. Like, if they just started playing bad, then I think you can make that argument, and I think all of us would agree with you because they did collapse. But
it's like
they
who can
only
predict an
collapsed.
injury,
The
but
only reason why they collapsed is because Daniel Jones was playing with a fucking fractured fibula. How the fuck do you even do that? And then he fucking tears his Achilles.
yeah. But I just feel like I'm just not shocked that their season is ending sooner rather than later, even if it's through injury. I'm just saying I'm not surprised that it's ending like this for them.
Jesse's point is like the decline went from this to now that.
They went from like, fucking they went from slowly going down to just, okay, cliff time.
Now it's over. Now, we don't know. Magic can happen, and they may struggle, but win out the next few games, and they still make it to a wild card. We don't know.
They're not.
You don't know that.
They're not.
You don't know that.
Their schedule's didn't we talk about their schedule?
They're no longer first in the division because that belongs to the Jacksonville Jaguars of all teams. Shout to Jacksonville, I guess. Houston's third, and if they win tonight, they'll jump them in the division. So,
you jump them?
If Houston wins tonight, they'll jump Indy in the division for a second.
They're not going to win tonight, but okay.
They might. Who knows?
I don't know, Jim.
Happen, Jim.
I don't know, Jim.
Their defense is really good, Jim. I don't know, Jim.
They are good. They are. Look, I'm not saying that
they're gonna. Boy, he's healthy.
They're just not going to win. He is healthy, and he's been putting up numbers. I'm so happy that I did choose him because for a while he was kind of like inconsistent. But my boy has been showing up big time for me in fantasy.
There you go.
But I feel we'll get to the game. But yeah, back to the Colts. Yeah.
You got the schedule?
Yeah. We said this was a tough schedule. So last week we talked about this after they lost to the Texans, right? Like, just listen to this. Chiefs, Texans, Jaguars, Seahawks, 49ers, Jaguars, Texans. Fucking go home, take your ball, never come back to the park ever again. Like, how are you winning these games? You're not winning.
Riley Leonard, my guy. Notre Dame alum, my guy.
They're not winning. I'm sorry, Notre Dame.
Those teams that you named, I think they're just going to get more. They're just going to get better as the ending of the season because like their playoff dreams are real. Like the Jaguars, I think they're actually like, this may be, I think it's surprising where they are. And who else did you name?
The Seahawks and
the
Niners and Texans again.
Those people, they're aiming. The Texans, they're aiming. They're on their way. And the Chiefs, if the Chiefs lose tonight, they're going to be looking for an ass whooping to give out.
But you know what it is?
They're not.
We're not going to hear the end of it from Colts fans because Colts fans will be like, well, if Daniel Jones is healthy, well, no, who's stopping us?
Well, okay. Well, let's say this now, right?
We don't live in that world. Colts fans.
Well,
A lot of
wait,
them will
wait,
say that.
wait,
They'll make the
wait,
justification.
Wait. Let's say this now, right? If they re-sign Daniel Jones and they go into next year, how does next year look?
Well,
Is
he
it the
does.
same?
He doesn't play
Because-
until fucking. I don't think he. Achilles, man.
He can't play until this time next year.
Yeah.
I don't even
It's
know.
pretty much a year
Yeah.
injury.
What deal do you put
So,
him on?
yeah,
Even
they're not.
how much money do you give him? Because he did play well. If not for the injuries, they might still be fucking winning games. Like, what do you do?
Let me say this, because I said this in the group chat and it confused you guys. I think he has. It's not a Brock Purdy contract. It's a Brock Purdy situation. In that, I don't know what to give this guy because I don't know how to define the year he's had and how he's looked. Because he's looked great this year, but then you remember a time on the Giants and he's looked terrible, right? Brock Purdy has been said and sometimes has played like a great quarterback, but then he's also played shitty. So how much money do you give Brock Purdy? Obviously, he got a shit ton of money, and it has not worked out well for the 49ers in their regard. In terms of he's been hurt and that he's played how he's played. Right? Not to that
Well,
contract.
but also Mac Jones showed them that maybe you shouldn't have given him all this money.
Right.
Or
now,
like
If Mac Jones played bad, they would still be okay with Brock. But now that Mac Jones proved that, now they're like, fuck, we gave the guy the fucking contract. I'm sure they regret giving him the contract. I don't care what Kyle Shanahan says.
Right. But now, if you're Daniel Jones and you played great this year, you can kind of ride with that with the Colts being like, hey, you need me. Regardless of anything, I made your shit work. Right? So it's that type of situation where are the Colts going to commit that much money to a guy who they need, but who's hurt and whose pass is not great? Or will another team give him the money and put pressure on the Colts to do it? Because guess what? Some other teams need quarterbacks. Daniel Jones played like a quarterback.
For one season, out of the last few seasons, he played well, and now he's injured. If I'm a team, I would pay him something, but I'm not trying to fucking make it rain on him.
Yeah, because like
he's just coming off an Achilles heel.
At this point,
you were never an MVP candidate for anyone. Why am I breaking the bank? Like, why?
At this point, you're paying him
this check
to do rehab in your facility.
Yeah.
That's what you're paying him for.
Right.
And it's like, let's look at the trajectory of Daniel Jones. Giants fan here. I got this, guys. I got you. Don't worry. Shit. Good. Gets fucking paid. Gets a good amount of money, right? It's $40 million a year type of money. Shit. Cut. Joins multiple teams. Joins the Vikings and then joins the Colts. Good. Dare I say fucking top 10, top 5 fucking... He's playing up to this upper echelon of quarterback. Good. Really good, right? Gets hurt. I think that if he kept going without these injuries, he would have gotten the same contract that he got in New York, which is like $40 million. But now the injuries fucking kill it dead. I don't think he gets any contract until he's healthy.
My argument is that if you're the Colts, you could very much end up like the Minnesota Vikings in that you didn't pay the right guy. You had the guy who made it work. You had the guy who, despite everything, got your team to the playoffs in Sam Darnold, and you let him walk at the end of the year because you had J.J. McCarthy. If you're the Colts and you're willing to take the risk that Daniel Jones is not going to be the guy for the future, forget about next year, for the future, for the next 2, 3, 4 years of this next iteration of the Colts, because they're going all in. They traded players, they traded picks. This is the team that they are going to believe in, and Daniel Jones made it work. He got them this close and this far, and with a couple of tweaks, they could be there. We argue this. If you let him walk and you don't re-sign him and you bring in another quarterback, what's the guarantee you get the same result?
There is none.
Because for whatever reason, it worked with this guy.
But I can make the same argument back. What's the guarantee Daniel Jones comes back the same player?
You don't know.
There is none. So it's the risk you take, right? It's the roll of a dice.
Right. But then who's the guy? Are we finding the next guy the next 5 years?
Guys.
With the team currently built, ready to win now, or do we go with the common...
Wait, did they pay him? Did they pay him yet?
Who?
Daniel Jones.
No, he's on a
No,
1-year
but
deal.
this
Okay,
is the
so then
argument.
that's it. There's nothing hard to think about. You go look for someone else. That's it. Save your money for someone else who you can get 2-3 years, who is healthy, who you don't have like you 1 year for a reason. It was for a reason for
Yes.
something like this.
It was 1 year because they weren't sure because it was Daniel Jones at the end of the day, and then it
Were
worked.
they wrong?
No, because it worked. They were 8-4.
It was
but
not
now
wrong.
he's injured
It
with
did
a
work.
fucking Achilles heel.
He was a playoff candidate.
Okay, yeah.
But Daniel,
yeah,
I will
what-
say,
okay,
Daniel
that I
Jones.
know. But now it's not working. You know what I'm saying? The plan fucking changed.
Because he got hurt. He got hurt. If he didn't get hurt,
but
that's why you.
But that is why he only has a year. You're not committed to 2 years to let him hang around. That's all I'm saying. They have a way out.
But what I'm saying, they don't have a draft pick, right? They're not drafting a quarterback. They don't have the pick for it. The next 2 years. So even if they tank next year, they still don't have a draft pick, which by the way would be good for the Jets. But they don't have that draft pick anymore, right? They don't have the money to pay because they're paying their defense and they're paying their offensive line, right? So they can't go out and get anybody they want. They don't have the resources to trade for one. And the best quarterback in free agency next year is, guess who? Daniel Jones.
That is
so what choice do they have to pivot off of?
Oh, next
it's
year
either Riley Leonard or Anthony Richardson.
So I feel like next year, why are we even thinking about next? Like they need to find. Obviously, they're going to have a backup for next season, but you can't even. You're talking about 2027. They can't get through 2026 first.
Guys, I know the quarterback, and we're not even mentioning him. It's Joseph Flacco. Joe Flacco. Guys. He's been on the Colts before.
Listen, I know all those things Daniel said is correct. They don't have the draft, they don't have the cap, but look, the NFL changes year to year. There's always a surprise shakeup. You don't know who will fall through the cracks that can land on the Colts. Maybe they don't get a big star, but they get someone that's stable for now until they get the cap or they get the trade. But I honestly feel like the 1 year turns out it may be a blessing in disguise because you don't have to hold on to him. You really don't. And I get he did play well this year, but like Lewis says, we've seen enough of him to know. Is he someone you're truly trying to build a future with?
He is injury prone, I will say that. He gets injured a decent bit.
Yes, and this is no small fucking injury.
Achilles, he's had ACLs, concussions.
He was never a bombastic player before this. He wasn't someone like, oh my God, what's he going to do? What's he going to do? Oh no, now the game's over. Like we never had that reaction for him. So I feel like it's okay if they find a way to move on. I don't think they're losing much by letting him go, but I understand if they keep him.
Tyrod Taylor.
I think that's fair.
My two arguments is who's out there, but the team, if they didn't make the trade for Sauce Gardner, if they didn't ruin all their draft capital, if they didn't sign all these players to defense, if they were rebuilding,
well,
if they were rebuilding, I could see that argument for not paying Daniel Jones, but they're not. They're ready to win now. They built this team to win now, right? So who was out there that can lead them into next year? And I get it. It's not.
But like I said, you don't know what's going to happen over the offseason, Daniel. Things happen. Like you don't know.
Mac Jones.
You're right.
Jones.
But I just feel like if you're trying to put your eggs in the Daniel Jones basket, I don't know how that's going to work out for you. You're trying to build now. You're trying to win now, and you're trying to depend on Daniel Jones to get that done.
Let's look at the Minnesota Vikings, because the Minnesota Vikings let Sam Darnold walk after 1 year after getting the 14 wins into a playoff game. Granted, they lost it. Granted, he didn't end the season well, but he got him the 14 wins. And for whatever reason, Sam Darnold was great on the Vikings. For whatever reason, it worked. They made it work. And they let him walk because they felt J.J. McCarthy had more potential and a better future. And how has that worked out for them?
Not great.
They had the opportunity to pay Sam Darnold, a guy they know, a guy who's made it work in Minnesota, and is a proven commodity there. And they let him walk for J.J. McCarthy because they felt he was a better option long term. So the Colts have that same opportunity here where they could let Daniel Jones walk, go to somebody who they think could potentially be better long term, and it not work out.
But it's also possible that, they could let Daniel Jones go, and wherever he goes next, he ends up being a dud there too. So there's nothing much to miss. He's probably better at the Colts because he had a better organization to help him and to support him. He probably was better this year because he had a better coach.
My argument is that it's worked in Indy. For whatever reason, they got the best out of Daniel Jones. And it's worked. Regardless of how he's played, how they've been playing, how he plays, style-wise and scheme-wise, it's worked. He's done everything he needs to do and more. I can't fathom having a guy that works in your offense and is getting you wins.
I just feel
and
like
is playing well. Let him go when you don't have a legitimate backup plan.
But they didn't. I get that, but they didn't get a full year out of him, and he's coming off a severe injury. I just don't think you could just assume that they're just going to stick it out with him. That's not true. That's being a bit naive. I could be naive in saying that they're going to get rid of him, but I think it's a bit naive to be like they're going to hold on to this broken fucking player. I don't know. It can go either way. I feel like this is one situation. It can truly go either way.
I just feel like if you're Indy, your best chance to win long term is with Daniel Jones. That's it.
I don't know after these injuries though. We'll say.
Who's out there?
I mean, it can go either way. He's not old like an Aaron Rodgers.
He
could rehab well, but I don't know.
Finally, do you figure him out? I don't know. Are they trading for anybody? Probably not.
Macaroni and cheese Jones. Mac Jones. Talk to me. You guys like that?
There you go. See what I'm saying, Daniel? It's not just so bleak out there.
How do you know Mac Jones? But if Mac Jones doesn't work, then what do? Then you're the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Then that's tough. Then that's tough.
Oh God, you're the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's tough. But guess what? Mac Jones is also kind of young, and you can keep him for 2-3 years and help develop him or whatever, and you don't have to spend so much money to get him. So it's a possibility, and that's if the Niners let him go.
That is true.
Why would they? Why wouldn't they? I mean,
if they get good draft capital for him, fuck it. If they're fucking going all in with Brock, they might as well try to build a good team around him, and say, hey, we're gonna fucking stick it out with you, bro. Like you, $50 million, we fucking better stick it out with you. You know what I mean? We are not divorcing
the
yet.
Owners may not give the owners may not give them a choice but to I'm paying him, you have to just play him.
Yeah. I don't, and this is the fun part about off season and being in the season, knowing that a team's season is over, because their quarterback is done, their season's done, they're not winning anything really. I think now they're going to be third in their division. I don't see them winning another game, respectfully. So we get to talk about their off season while the season's still going on. That sounds like the Giants, right? Jameis Winston. There's some backup guys that maybe you could try to finagle your way onto the Colts. The Colts have been in this state of we're okay, but we're very mid as fuck, and we're well, we could make playoffs, but we don't. We're 6-11, 7-10. We could be 9-8 if a couple of results go, but we could be this, we could be that. They're in a perpetual state of mediocrity, I guess. They're not great to where they get a very low draft pick, but they're not super shit to where they get a really high pick. They're right there in the middle.
They're the Steelers.
And not many Steelers have had way more success. Stop that. Even though I fucking shit on the Steelers a lot, the Steelers at least get to the playoffs. They do.
Steelers division.
They get to the playoffs. And also the AFC, what is it? The AFC South is a shitter division than AFC North. Clear.
Jacksonville Gatecap.
No, Steelers, they have
Bengals
been
were
consistent.
in the way. Ravens were in the way. I'm just saying.
The Steelers are way more consistent with their organization,
with
their structure, and with their
but
players.
The Colts are right
and
there
winning.
too.
They win with anybody. But the Colts can't win with anybody. Steelers can win with anybody.
And they found a quarterback they won with. Finally.
But coming off that injury, man, it's tough to just say, here's a 3-year deal.
Yeah, there's no saying that he's gonna snap back into shape. He's no fucking Joe Burrow. So you have to be careful with the expectations.
What I'm saying is that you had a proven commodity, and even if you won't be the same, you know what you're getting. You know what you know.
No. See, that's
okay.
Wait. You can't say. You can't say
that, you know what you're getting in terms of.
You know what you're getting, but he may not be the same. If he's not the same, then you're not. Then you don't know what you're getting.
But you know how he plays. You know the guy. You know what to do with him. That's what I'm saying. You get somebody
But
brand
that's
new,
if he
you
that's
have to kind
if
of figure him out
that's if
more.
he rehabs well. That's if he's okay. That's if he's the same player when he comes
The
back.
NFL.
We're betting.
Everyone's going to the bank to tank, and they're healing themselves in the bank to tank. All right, the NFL is going to take care of him regardless. His Achilles will be fine. Okay, they're
But
shipping down the
still, we know
Achilles.
he is not. He's never been, except for this season, he has never been the upper echelon. So I just feel like we have to tame our expectations for him. I think he probably will be okay after the injury, but I wouldn't be shocked or surprised if he comes back and he's the same as before he was this season, or if they decide to just move
He
on
might
somehow.
not be. He might. The truth, he might not be. He might not be. But with the
If he
Colts, you
comes
know
back
that
and
it
plays
works.
well, if they take the chance and he comes back and he plays well, well, then they're set straight.
But that's what I'm saying.
It works out for everyone,
would
but
you,
I just
why
don't see
would
that
you,
happening.
I feel like that's more likely of happening than them going out in free agency or the draft, redraft, getting a guy and it being the same result you got with Daniel Jones. Because I don't see that.